What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? How are you all doing? It's your trusted correspondent here to bring you yet another news update that's making waves in the Kansas City Chiefs world. If you, like me, are passionate about the Chiefs and want to stay in the loop on all the latest updates and behind-the-scenes action, go ahead and drop a like on this video because today's news is sure to tug at the heartstrings of every fan. And of course, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our exclusive coverage. Today, my friends, we're talking about a breaking update that could change the course of our season. You all remember that terrible injury our wide receiver Rashee Rice suffered against the Chargers in Week 4, right? There was a lot of fear that his season might be over, and the news was a major blow to our offense. But have things changed? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel for Rashee Rice and the Chiefs offense? Stick with me until the end because I've got all the exclusive details for you. But before we dive in, don't forget to smash that like button to help spread this news to all Chiefs fans. And tell me in the comments, do you think Rashee Rice will be able to return in time to help the team in the playoffs? I really want to hear your thoughts on this, so make sure to chime in. All right, folks, Rashee Rice was one of the big names in our offense at the start of this season. For those who've been following the games, you saw that he was on fire. He had 24 receptions for 288 yards and 2 touchdowns in just 3 games. It was clear that he was quickly becoming Patrick Mahomes' favorite target. The chemistry between the two was growing each week, and there was a lot of anticipation that Rice would solidify himself as the primary weapon in the passing attack, especially with Marquise Hollywood Brown sidelined due to injury. But then came the shock. That knee injury in Week 4 against the Chargers. The initial fear? That it was something serious with the ACL or MCL, 2 crucial ligaments for any athlete. Before the surgery, there were rumors that he could be out not just for the rest of the 2024 season, but also for the start of the 2025 season. It was a huge concern for the coaching staff and for us, the fans. Now brace yourselves. The surgery was performed on Tuesday and, folks, the news is much better than we imagined. According to NFL Network's Ian Rappaport, Rashee Rice's surgery was a complete success. And even better, his ACL, meniscus, and MCL didn't need any repair. Phew, what a relief, right? This means that while Rice is still expected to miss the rest of this season, the outlook is far more positive than we initially feared. And hey, we can't completely rule out the possibility of a surprise return if his recovery goes exceptionally well. But hold on, let's not get ahead of ourselves. The expectation is that he won't play again this year. However, the fact that the more serious ligaments weren't affected completely changes the perspective for the 2025 offseason. He won't miss training camp or the preseason workouts next year, as initially speculated. This is a huge win for Rice and for the Chiefs in the long run. The impact on the Chiefs' offense. Now the big question, how are the Chiefs going to handle this situation on offense? After all, Rice was becoming a key piece, and we know Marquise Brown is also out for an indefinite period. The absence of these 2 players creates a huge gap in our receiving core. Can we expect the Chiefs to make a move before the trade deadline on November 5th? I wouldn't be surprised. In the win against the Saints, we saw a veteran step up, Juju Smith-Schuster. He showed us once again that he can still be a game changer, catching 7 passes for 130 yards. It was a great performance, but can Juju carry this offense all the way through the season on his own? I'm not so sure. Juju is talented, but the depth at wide receiver for the Chiefs is still a concern. This is where we might see the front office making moves in the coming weeks. You've probably heard some of the names floating around in rumors. One of them is Amari Cooper, who's currently with the Cleveland Browns. Could the Chiefs try to bring in a star to compensate for the losses of Rice and Brown? It wouldn't be a bad idea, considering Cooper's talent and his ability to make big plays. Another option would be to rely on the young guys, like Ski Moore, who is still trying to establish himself, or even someone from the practice squad. But one thing is clear, something needs to be done. The Chiefs' defense has been solid, our offensive line is holding strong, and Mahomes, well, he's still Mahomes. But without reliable targets, no matter how great he is, our offense won't be the same. So it all depends on how the team reacts to these injuries over the next few weeks. The situation is tricky, but not impossible. With a 5-0 record heading into our bye week, we've got a bit of breathing room to reorganize and decide on our next steps. Season analysis. So far, speaking of the bye week, let's take a quick look at how the season has gone so far. 5 wins in 5 games. Mahomes has been brilliant as always, but let's be honest, the offense hasn't been as explosive as we've seen in previous years. Part of that, of course, is due to the injuries in the receiving core. The offensive line has done an amazing job, and the defense is playing at a very high level, holding off strong opponents like the Saints last week. However, the big question is how we're going to adjust to keep this unbeaten streak alive without Rashee Rice. Can we continue to rely on this strong defense? And will the offense find a new way to be effective without some of its key pieces? We'll need to see more contributions from players like Travis Kelce and running back Isaiah Pacheco, who might become an even more important weapon in the passing game. Maybe the return of Jerick McKinnon will help as well, since he's an excellent receiver coming out of the backfield. The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear. Our season is still alive, and Rashee Rice's recovery, even though it will take time, was a huge relief for the hearts of all Chiefs fans. So, what do you all think? Did you enjoy this update on Rashee Rice? I'm relieved that the injury wasn't as severe as we feared, but we've still got a long road ahead. I want to know from you, do you think Rice will come back in great form next season? And how do you think the Chiefs should move forward from here? Should we rely on the young guys or go after a big name via trade? Leave your opinions in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and share it with other Chiefs fans. And, of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. We'll see you in the next video. Go Chiefs!